You saw that shit? I was ready.
Chip does it again.
Anywho, good morning, folks, and welcome
over.
back to the J-Bop and Chip show. We're happy to be back. This is my co-star, J-Bop.
Woohoo!
Right? Yeah. So today, we have some special fun for you guys. We're going to talk very lightly today on a few different subjects, show y'all some funny shit, and then, keep it pushing. We all got shit to do. Anywho, to start stuff off, we're going to talk about how no consequences lead to a bad workplace.
Okay, that's the jump. Oh yeah, that was the one that we started.
Yeah.
So basically, I think everyone can relate to this. No matter what industry you're in, but culinary specifically, when you're, let's say, not a good employee, but you give a fuck about what you do, because not necessarily because you don't want your boss to cuss you out or you don't want to be looked at as the dumbass. You just genuinely give a fuck about the work that you produce.
You have good work ethic.
Right? And then someone comes along who doesn't give a shit about what they do, and nothing happens to their ass. It's
fucks
like
up the entire flow of everything.
Fucks up the flow of everything, whether it's the back of the house or the front of the house. And it can differ because, if you have a chef that kind of sucks and drags down the line,
right?
And the head chef or kitchen manager or whatever does never discipline that person,
right?
You have a bunch of chefs, like, for example, you just look at this video that I'm about to play for you. This is how the employees who give a fuck about what they do feel about the ones that you don't hold accountable.
Shit's gonna happen in real life.
I mean, that's just plain and simple. Like that's really how you feel about it.
Like you finna get shanked, my guy. You better get your act together, get back on the line, or else I'm finna come up behind you.
But it drags down the morale of the entire team.
Absolutely.
And you have people who quit. Like, people will quit terrible environments, and people will quit bad managers or bosses. So if you have an environment where you don't hold people accountable,
nobody's gonna want to stay there.
Yeah, eventually the
if
people
you
who
feel
give a
like
fuck,
random people can just keep on getting away with the random stupid ass shit that they doing, it's like, why the fuck would I want to be here? Because I'm the only good employee and I'm the only one not doing this random stupid shit. So y'all getting on my ass when I do it, but they asses, you just let Shawty burn 3 gallons of this shit 2 different times.
Right.
How the fuck you get mad at me because I accidentally, put a little paprika when I'm supposed to put cayenne?
And it's not even getting upset or not holding employees to the same standard. It's almost like not having any standards at all, because when you do that, there are consequences for the entire team. Like, this is another video that we found that pretty much gives a good example.
Always get the blame.
Haha. Messed up on that one.
Right, so basically somebody messing up, and the motherfuckers who give a care on a regular basis are saying, "No, I'm not touching that shit."
At some point, we gonna stop. The good employees are gonna keep doing that shit only for so long, and then this shit gonna blow off. Everybody's screaming and arguing, and that shit's just gonna be your everyday work life until something gets put into place.
So what happens is this is a perfect fucking example, because somebody gets to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm not cleaning up their shit.
Right.
And because they don't want to clean up their shit, and because the person who made the shit doesn't get held accountable, it fucks up the whole line. Like, right here, the bottle starts stopping down here. This shit started pulling over. We got to stop the entire production
because this one person. Exactly.
And it's really not their fault. It's the manager's fault for not saying, "Hey, you need more training. I'm just work with you for a few shifts or some shit." Like, that's a part of being a motherfucking manager. Like, you correct the mistakes of your team. You're supposed to make sure that everything flows smooth. So if you got a weak link and motherfuckers is like, "Hey chef," or hey boss, XYZ is going on, that motherfucker ain't pulling their weight.
Right.
If you just go, they'll get it and just walk off.
It's okay. It's okay.
The motherfucker that told you they ain't pulling their weight is looking for somewhere else to go, because
somewhere where people will pull their weight, or at least pay them enough to not care that people aren't pulling their weight.
Why the fuck am I doing your job and
I'm
not getting your paycheck?
Exactly. Next time I have to do your job, I need you to give me a paycheck and I'll send you back the change.
It's just like you go in that motherfucker, you're just like, fuck.
Take anymore. I can't do this.
I love Chef Ramsay.
I cannot do this.
He's so fucking funny and dramatic.
I can't do it anymore.
Like this.
He's so fucking dramatic. But it's like
I can't fucking do it.
Once you get to that point, it's just like, that's why me personally, especially in like environments like this, I've left like maybe 1 or 2 environments like this, but environments like this, that's when I don't believe in a 2 weeks notice even more, because you don't give the good employees their 2-week notice before you fire them. You say, yeah, you fucked up this one time, so we letting you go. Like, that's the reason we're going to do. Well, still have dumbasses here that have been doing the same shit over and over. And you're like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Benny. It's okay, Johnny. It's okay, Susie. And then, yeah, I'm sorry. You switched up the seasonings and someone said they had an allergic reaction and it wasn't an allergic reaction. It was a Karen coughing. And now we have to let you go. We have to let you go. We aren't going to say anything to the server that didn't tell you to do that.
If motherfuckers just leave, I feel 2-week notices are, it's more like it's a 2-week, it's 2 week. It's a 2-way street. It's a respect thing. So if you want to leave on a good note, maybe, you didn't have a bad experience. It's just, I need more money or another opportunity came up. You give your notice, no problem. But if you find yourself as a manager or as a owner or someone who is, over people, and you got motherfuckers quitting left and right and they not giving notices, they just fucking quitting, sometimes you got to look at yourself or look at your company and go, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's you, and then sometimes it's a little bit of motherfuckers just jumping shit because you hired the wrong people, first off, or you didn't pay them competitively. And I understand that paying people what they feel they should get and what they're worth are two different things.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And you definitely have to weed that out when you're interviewing someone, because let's be honest, now it's a lot of people who want a certain amount of money, but they're not worth it. And then there are a lot of companies that are at the point where they just need some bodies.
Right.
Okay. A lot of
companies, people aren't even paid what they're worth now unless they're on like salary. And by then, even then, you're going to have to be with a big ass company or just a very small, genuine company that don't mind paying you what you're worth. But those are few.
But that goes into, like, you have to search for those things yourself. You can't necessarily expect a company to give you something. Like, you have to show your worth, whether it be your resume or, when you get the job, okay, you got the pay that you want. Now you have to maintain that shit. So you have to show why you're worth this pay. Because some things, they just go off your resume, but you really don't know until you work with a motherfucker if their resume is truthful.
Right.
So I just feel that a lot of people misunderstand shit. It's a give and take. I have to hire positions that I know those people should be paid what I'm paying them. And then I also need bodies, which are on the lower end of the pay range, and that's going to be a revolving door. Right. So what happens is, and a lot of people are going to say, well, that's any workplace, or that's always been a work environment. But now it's a little more extreme, is you have people who give a fuck working with a bunch of Pookies and Ray Rays.
Yeah,
which drags down the person who gives a fuck, and they're bouncing around from place to place, and they're finding similar things, because the only people who will accept, say, a pay rate on the lower end are the Pookies and Ray Rays. Right. But you need people who are knowledgeable or who are worth their weight in pay to keep the shit going. Because not all the Pookies and Ray Rays are
going to be enough.
Right.
You can get 20 Pookies and Ray Rays, but only need one other person on the line. Like one competent person that actually cares about their job, a good employee. I heard, I actually saw something today on like Instagram or something, and it was like, good employees are like good hoes. The better they are, the more they get fucked.
But it's true though.
Yes.
Until that quote unquote good employee realizes their worth and starts demanding or putting themselves in position to get their worth. And when I say put yourself in position, I mean from a standpoint of if you've been in said industry, whatever it is, and you have a lot of experience, you're a team player. I swear I'm gonna get a little button that just goes team player. But if you're a
like
team
the
player,
button.
oh my gosh, just leave me alone. Leave me alone
Just
about the
write
fat
it in
kid.
notes. That's okay. I got
Flip
you.
notes, fat kid button. But I lost my train of thought. You suck. So, but you have to show your worth from the standpoint of if you know that you are qualified or you feel that you should make X amount of dollars, then you need to apply for a position that pays X amount of dollars. But that does not mean you don't take the lower positions just to keep income flowing into your household or whatever, but you have to reach for those higher positions. And it's okay if you fail. Just because you get one and you fail doesn't mean that that's it. It's over
I'm
with.
all
You'll
for
never get it
having
again.
multiple jobs if you can handle it, and having a few temporary jobs. I myself, when I'm looking for jobs, if I know what I want isn't readily available, I am gonna grab a quick, easy job. That's how I end up at most of the places I've ended up. I want to be in a certain field, so I'm trying to find jobs in that certain field. Seeing as how those jobs aren't just falling into my lap, I'm gonna take jobs in the field that I know I can do and that are readily available, revolving doors. I know I can get my ass in here. I know I can stay here for as long as I need to, and I know I can get the fuck on. I'm gonna be one of them good employees because I feel like I am incapable of half-assing my shit unless I just really want to.
You gotta give a fuck about what you produce.
Yeah,
whatever
especially when people see your face or know your name or it might get around somewhere. I would take it extremely personally if I know I'm putting my entire work into it and then somebody came back and either said, oh yeah, I told them that such and such made it who didn't do shit, or if they came back and said, yeah, so they liked it but they didn't like it. Like they said it was kind of shit but it had potential.
Shit, but it happens. I'll take that.
I'll take it, but it still hurts.
Gotcha.
It still hurts just a little bit saying my shit was shit.
But
I can call it shit. Y'all can't.
The key is you have to keep flow or a form of income coming in as you look for your dreams or quote unquote things that you feel that you deserve, because
absolutely,
especially in our field, like the rubber meets the road really quick. Like you can lie and BS on your resume all you want, but there's gonna be a point where you have to show like, oh, you say you can do this, and then based on your performance we see that you can't. Now everything changes. Everybody looks at you differently. Now we're trying to figure out, okay, was that a one-time thing? What happened?
Oh, yeah.
And after they determine that you just full of shit, they're gonna try to paper you out or find some way to get rid of you.
Exactly.
But you have to understand. You got to be honest with yourself. Like you probably aren't as good as you think you are. And I say that because I have to humble my fucking self. It's like, you not as good as you think. You still burn shit. You see me burn shit at work.
Absolutely.
So I mean, you have to realize that, okay, I'm not the bestest in the whole world, and I find that a lot of chefs and a lot of people in general, but a lot of chefs especially, have Ash Ketchum Syndrome, where they try to be the very best that no one ever was. It's like, bro, you just grab a lane where you're proficient, you got shit under control, you mastered it, and just ride that lane out and make your bread. Stop trying to be the best motherfucker on the globe.
Don't nobody actually give a fuck. Your name's not going to get out as far as you want it to unless you find a way to make people forget that they're eating dead bodies. I don't know any other way you're going to dramatically change the world. Everyone's already done something in the world. I'm a true believer of that. Keep chasing your dreams, but just know, unless you can beat out the top in the world,
and even
not everybody's
gonna
know your name. It's okay.
Everybody's fighting for that spot. There's another number 5 won it.
Exactly.
Number 10 won it.
Exactly.
Number 123
let's say you get to number 1. There's new kids coming up that's gonna come and knock you out of your number 1.
They want your spot, even when you get old and decrepit.
What happens when you no longer number one? Now you got to rebuild your empire.
Square up, old man. Oh
exactly.
yeah, I've been number one for like 20 years. You was born 20 years ago. It's like, look, he don't care. He just wants your fucking spot. Like, so I'm not saying that to crush anyone's dreams or saying that don't strive.
Keep chasing your dreams, boo. You be you.
To be good at what you do. I'm just saying, Ash Ketchum Syndrome doesn't always pay off.
Ash Ketchum Syndrome kind of stinks sometimes when they come around to you too.
Think about the people who have became, I ain't even gonna say gazillionaires, but people who have made a living off of simple things, whether they sell burgers, chicken sandwiches, motherfuckers making egg rolls. Like, how many times has the Philly been done? Like, people still come up with businesses that do Phillies and make millions of dollars off of them. So
exactly,
you don't have to be the best chef ever, because
just be good enough.
You're the best chef ever. You got all these awards. You got the whole alphabet on your fucking chef coat, and now only certain places can afford you.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, somebody owns their own business, still in the culinary industry, and they make more money than you ever could by being said best ever.
Exactly.
You have to kind of weigh that out. It's like, okay, do I want to spend 15 years trying to be the best ever, or do I want to focus on this, build my money, and do XYZ?
That's why no matter where I'm going, if I feel like I want a position higher than what I usually get, because every job, what I stick by is if I'm moving jobs or if I'm quitting jobs and changing jobs, I am never going to get a job that made the same amount that the last job did. I'm always going to go 50 cents or $1 more, and that's what I stick by, and that's what I'm going to do.
Even if
started off at 9, now we here.
Now we here. I mean,
now we here, bro.
That's how you have to think about it. No one is going to give you shit. You have to literally show and
that
prove.
You've done that
so
shit.
That means that you shouldn't be stuck at a job where there's no momentum.
Exactly.
Unless you're there for a period of time, you're going through something, or you trying to build yourself back up. Perfectly fine. But you shouldn't be at a job for over 5 years and you haven't moved up or moved around. Then you just stagnant. Like,
then you stagnant, and you might be that person that's fucking up the workplace. You might be the one.
You might be the reason everybody leaving.
Now you the reason everybody leaving when you was one of the ones that came in to help the shit.
I feel that every 2 years you need to reassess. You need to reassess yourself, and you need to reassess.
I feel like that's like the maximum from a young person's point of view. From my point of view, I say you need to reassess every 6 months.
I feel 6 months is too
I feel like it's a little too soon because you're just getting used to the job, but also I think it's the perfect time because you're still getting used to the job. You've basically got your groove in, so you know whether you'll like the environment or not. And if the environment has already gone sour for you and the joy is gone, and you feel like you're that good employee that's getting fucked over to a point where you don't like that shit already, then reassess, take that to the chin and start moving on to the next one.
I understand 6 months.
It's like a relationship. If you don't see yourself with
relationships, definitely.
When you get to the 6 month period, if you feel like, yeah, this whole thing has been a rocky road, I don't know if this is gonna work, I don't know if I got it in me for this, or oh yeah, this has been fine, nothing has happened, it's been chill, they're kind of cool, they're kind of lame though, they don't do much, oh they're really fucking awesome. Once you get to that 6 point thing, I feel like everywhere in life you need 6 months. 6 months bare minimum to reassess what's happened within the last 6 months, because you have to think about it. 6 months is almost an entire fucking year.
Right.
Do you want to waste your entire year on one job, get used to them, get accustomed to the people?
But you haven't seen everything yet. So I say 2 years because the first year you literally go through all the seasons. And I'm not talking about the weather. I'm talking about the foot traffic. The seasons of how people interact with your business. Maybe you're busier in the summer or busier in the winter. So by doing a year, you've seen all the seasons of that business. So now you've done a year. It's like, okay, I got it. So now the pattern is about to start over. So now it's your chance to essentially master it, because the first year you didn't know how September was. You didn't know how the fourth quarters. You didn't know how any other quarters of the business work. Now you have experienced them. So now your second year should be better than your first year. So after your second year, you reassess, okay, do I want to do this another year, or do I want to continue to do this? Is it worth it to continue to do this? Or, is it something that I still haven't found out yet? Like, oh, I just found out of this position over there, and he's retiring in fucking 2 years. Maybe I could learn what he does.
Right.
So I say 2 years.
I get that.
Because you go through at least one cycle.
Yeah, I get that. And then I guess you'll be able to see, like, what are their holidays, like, what do they do, like, working during holidays? Like, do they make you work? Do they tell you, oh, you have off? They give you paid vacation? Do I even want to deal with this shit?
If the 6 months is, like, if the place is really sucky, or, a fast food joint, or just a really quick job that you really don't care that much about, 6 months definitely, I say you need to reassess yourself and go, okay, is this worth it? Do I need to look for something else? Things like that.
I think for me personally, because I can put up with a lot of that shit for a long period of time. But for me personally, and I think for most human beings, because I believe humans are relational beings, you're going to start to build relationships within that first 3 months. Not even like actual like relationships, but like,
depends on what this coworker.
Yeah.
You may be a boss and people don't necessarily want to fuck with you until they see how you interact with someone or other people. Like, it depends on where you are on the totem pole.
For the everyday Joes, most of the time, you're going to want to talk to your coworkers.
Don't be saying that like I can't relate to the everyday Joe.
I know, because you basically everyday Joe with us. So like I said, to the everyday Joes, you're going to get into work. You're going to start chit-chatting with your coworkers because it's going to be lame as fuck just sitting by yourself in your own little station, not talking to anybody. Along with it being lame as fuck, it's also going to be awkward as fuck. Especially if you're on the line, I'm right here, Billy right here. I'm not finna talk to Billy. And Andrew's right here. I'm not talking to Andrew. Catherine's on over here. I'm not talking to Catherine. I got to walk past him. Excuse me. That's the only word I say to him all day.
I say this shit when I go into interviews, and even when I interview people. Like, I don't try to run my kitchen as if I'm Mr. Rogers. I don't. I try to maintain a neutral environment. It doesn't have to be super positive and rainbows, but we definitely not going to be negative.
Who's the person that's a nice in between Chef Ramsay and Mr. Rogers?
That's a hard one. We might have to figure that one out. That's pretty funny to find someone between those two. That's a good question. But you can't run it like that. It has to be neutral. I tell everyone, you work in my kitchen.
Who's that bald actor?
Who? From where?
He's in one of the newer Fast and Furious. It's not Denzel. Not Denzel. Oh my God, I just fucked that up.
God,
I'm so sorry.
See, this is why. Why we discuss things
Diesel.
Before this nigga.
Denzel Vin Diesel.
Wow, you know what? I am leaving that in so everyone can see how you screwed that up. First off, Denzel just recently became bald.
I didn't even know he was bald.
That was some Equalizer shit. He was bald in the Equalizer. But
and all of them?
Confuse Denzel and Vin Diesel.
First of all, we know. And everybody watching will soon know I am a human being that has less than average brain cells. The only brain cells I use are like for random ass shit.
Anybody Names the same color as us watching this shit went, girl, you don't make that mistake.
You know how many times I've had that said to me? I think I've had my black card revoked from you like 10 times. I took that motherfucker from you. Well, in your defense, you said I was never born with it. So I feel like with that being said, I can get a pass. Anywho, the one that's not Vin Diesel.
Jason Momoa?
No, he's not bald. That's Aquaman.
It's not bald. Oh, you talk about
It's like it starts with a B.
I don't transporter.
No.
Yes, he was.
Maybe.
His name is Jason too.
No, it's not. I promise. It starts with a B. I'm finna be so mad at myself when I remember this.
I told you he was a transporter.
No, that's not who I'm talking about. And like
he's the only other bald guy.
The newest
he was in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, the one that plays Hobbs.
Yeah. No. Oh,
that's the one I'm talking about.
Hobbs is the
Okay. Who's Shaw?
I know who you're talking about. Yes. You just throw me all off fucking topic now. Talk about some random bald guy. You done mixed up with Denzel.
That was Vin Diesel. Okay? Completely off topic. we're talking about the in between Mr. Rogers and Chef Ramsay, and I feel like Shaw was the one that is the person that's the in between.
That's what you.
No, the actor himself, like he mostly does like more straightforward, serious acting, but he also tries to do funny shit sometimes and like soft shit, like Mr. Rogers. He was the first one that came to my mind. Anywho, Bruce Willis. That's the name I was looking for.
He wasn't it.
Who was that dude then? What was his name?
Fast and the Furious.
Who is that nigga then?
Oh my God! This could not.
In my defense,
make this shit up. I cannot
defense,
make this shit up.
In my defense,
you have no defense.
I started in this podcast whenever we did the anime section saying I only watch anime. So the fact that I even watch this shit and know who I'm talking about,
because I promise you his name. Look him up. Look him up.
Who am I talking about?
The transporter. Not Bruce Willis. It's not Bruce Willis.
But that looks just like... No, he's a little younger. Go back.
Oh my God, it's not Bruce Willis. I promise you his name is something like Jason Statham or some shit like that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm recording all of this shit.
I am going through it.
I am recording
okay.
all
what is
of
it called?
this. Fuck. Did you say hot sauce? Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh my God, it's right there.
Oh, what is his freaking name? Did I not say that?
You didn't say the last name. Also, I didn't know that nigga's name. I just called him Bruce Willis and called it a day.
That's not Bruce.
He looks like Bruce Willis, but young.
I'm trying to say all white people look alike.
Yes.
That's some racist shit.
Oh, white
he does
bald
not
people.
Look like
one of my best friend's dad's name is Jason too. All bald people that
Jason
are white
is a common name.
All bald white people are Jasons.
Just
new segment.
Like
everyone just find a bald white person and figure out if their name is Jason.
No, you're a cut off. You're a cut off. Cut off, bro. Can't do it.
All right.
No. No, it's no recovery.
Let's get back to subject.
No, it's not. Now you want to get back
Yeah. I'm going to be responsible. Let's get back to the topic at hand. What were we talking about? We were talking about bad workplaces, and I think we had like one more video that was funny.
No,
that was it?
You.
Oh, yeah, we had one more video. Come on, let's watch it.
You are being the bad employee right now. You are being the bad employee.
No, there's a difference between a bad employee and a stupid employee. Stupid employees can't do shit about it. Bad employees are bad employees. Stupid employees are just unfortunately born with less brain cells than the average human being and therefore can't complete tasks. Bad employees know what the fuck they're doing, can do that shit, and then just choose not to.
No, you made your own task and you still messed it up.
This is stupid.
You told me.
You gotta restart it.
You know what? Just go wash.
This is how.
Hey, Victor.
Yes, boss.
I need a salad. Garden salad. Make it quick. Hurry up. But use your mask.
You sure you want to use my mask?
Yes, I'm sure. You have to use your mask. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You told me to use my mask.
Are you serious, Victor?
He wanted to
Yes,
say, are you
you
fucking
told me to
stupid,
do that.
Victor?
You know what? Just go wash the dishes.
Just go wash the fucking dishes.
Sure,
you
boss.
fucking stupid. See, that was a case of just bad, that was a case of stupid employee.
No, that was a case of no fucking consequences.
Yeah, that too. But it was like
I can't work with your ass. You doing shit like that. It's like, did you really take?
I told you
Who hired this motherfucker?
I tell you who hired him. The person that's just as stupid as him.
Cindy and HR, come here. I need to talk to you.
HR, I need you immediately.
But
Andale.
Messed up my whole train of thought. I was saying if you could laugh at least once, it's a good day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's what I tell people. Like
that's
you're gonna
why I hop
laugh
around
at least
work.
once when you come to work at a kitchen that I run. You're gonna laugh at least once.
Yeah.
I try to make it, not necessarily happy-go-lucky, but you don't mind coming to work and dealing with the shit for the little 8 hours.
That's why I'm
when you go
there.
home.
I make work happy-go-lucky. Y'all finna have some fun. Y'all
No,
finna see a little
no,
elf hop up and down
no,
in front of your line.
Everybody just seen what I go through.
It's fun. It's fun.
For who? For who? For who?
Trust me, it's fun. It's okay. It's fun once you get used to it.
See the shit
It's
that I go
okay.
through? See the shit I go through?
It's okay.
Next on the friggity list is
Next on the list.
seasoned Cheez-its.
Which I would like to say I came up with the best version of it because that's fucking nasty. What the fuck? You saw how much fucking oil they put in that shit?
I thought it was just like a video where they...
I felt like I drowned in that moment. No, toasting them bitches ain't gonna fucking... I felt like I drowned watching that. Like, I went... And then I was like, oh my God.
Why did they put the fucking oil...
That's
okay,
nasty.
if you're gonna do something like this where you're putting...
That's the face I'm in.
Where you're putting...
Oh my God.
You need to
that
moisturize something so that, I guess, a seasoning would stick. Use butter. Or if you don't want to use butter, use coconut oil, but just straight vegetable oil does not have the best taste or aftertaste.
Listen. Something I found, if you are lazy and you just want to make some quick snacks and you need oil to make shit stick, do not fucking use that fucking oil in that much. Get the fucking spray that you put on the pan, like some Pam or some shit, and put a few sprays on that and then toss them in the stuff. Cause that's
she got oil too.
She got olive oil.
I would much rather use butter. I'm pretty sure olive oil has a better taste than canola. No. I know
olive oil would have a better taste, but I don't like the fucking taste of oil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd much rather just put butter on mine.
I make these little snacks, and if I'm too buzzed while eating them, I can taste the oil on the bottom.
I had no idea that ranch seasoning came in a freaking box like that, like shaker box.
You know us Americans love our ranch dressing. It goes on everything. Spaghetti, tacos, chips, Cheez-its. What else? It goes on everything besides salad.
She got a big ass spoon. She is not playing.
Not. For that, she could have used more.
You think so?
Yeah, because she put...
Be salty.
No, because them cheeses are wet as fuck. With them that wet, they're all... Oil. It's gonna be on all just one little batch of cheese.
Too much, yeah.
The rest of them ain't gonna get shit, so you're gonna need it. You gonna
hot spots on there.
Yeah. If you're gonna have it like that, you gotta do one of those.
These are Buffalo Ranch smoked Cheez-its, and they're just as good as.
Buffalo Ranch smoked Cheez-its?
I made some barbecue ranch cheeses. Those are good. FYI.
What's that?
They put vegetable.
Was that liquid smoke?
No,
that was vegetable.
Yes,
goddamn oil again.
So,
FYI
to anybody that wants to try this, you don't fucking need oil at all.
Oh yeah, I mean,
put the fucking Cheez-Its in a bowl, put the powder on it, toss them hoes. Taste the best like that. Put an oil on it, just adds extra calories.
It's another secret though. Like if you wanted to stick,
please do indulge us.
Oh, so everybody. Oh, side note. Chef tip, I feel everyone should have maybe 1 or 2 water bottles, spray bottles that are just for food. Like put tape on them, wrap the tape around them, and just label them food, whatever. Because they're very good for if you want to moisturize something or you want to spritz
like a piece of bread.
Spritz oil on a fucking salad. I've done melted butter in spray bottles. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oil and vinegar. Or just vinegar if you want to add a twang to something. Lemon juice is awesome in a spray bottle for salmon and stuff like that. I put lemon juice
broccoli
with a little bit of salt in the lemon juice and spray it on salmon or vegetables.
Do you warm up the lemon juice to get the salt dissolved, or does it just dissolve?
Well, I mean, I don't warm up the lemon juice. Like I don't put a ton of salt in there. I put enough in there and I shake it up and it pretty much dissolves like that. But it's awesome for vegetables, fish.
So like I said earlier, this is just a homemade version of Pam. Get a little bit of Pam and spray a little bit. Don't dump or douse your shit in oil.
Oh, that's a cheat. Spraying it with Pam is a cheat. But smoking them in a smoker, I would do that.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
I would definitely smoke.
That's kind of fun.
Ranch Cheez-Its for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. I like that. I would have cheaper way. If you don't have a big ass smoker, because all of us don't have big nice white backyards with fences and shit that have smokers in them, I'm just gonna go to my handy dandy oven and put that shit on broil.
No, there are some people who don't have a nice big fancy backyard, but they like
keep it in their bedroom.
Some people smoke in a file cabinet. Have you seen a file cabinet smoker?
Yes, actually.
So,
it was
like,
weird as fuck.
People will smoke meat
I've
however they see fit.
I've seen a smoker just in someone's basement. It seemed like a fire hazard, but their
I seen an
basement,
old refrigerator.
their basement didn't have the fire alarms or sprinklers, so it was kind of chill.
I seen an old refrigerator.
Just kept that door
like
open.
they had the smoke coming from like a little broiler or charcoal, and then it was fed into the old refrigerator that held all the meat.
That just pops into my brain. Business idea. You get like a mini fridge or like a fridge that's smaller than a normal industrial size fridge. Okay, get a mini fridge. The very bottom is a fridge. The middle is a freezer, and then the top, like obviously there's gonna be like a little space between the freezer and the top, so it's not just directly, but the top is gonna be like an easy bake oven / broiler. You know.
What the fuck?
All in one, you keep it in your room.
That's not gonna work. All of those 3 different temperature climates in that little confined space is not gonna work. No, think about
an idea.
No, think about when we're at work and you have coolers that go out because they're working too hard to keep something cold in a hot ass kitchen. They overwork themselves and go out. So you have. I don't even know why I'm explaining this with you.
Like I said, business idea. Somebody can make that shit work. Think about it like Iron Man. Iron Man never gave up. All his suits cool as fuck.
I tap out.
You said he's a con man?
No, I didn't. You know
said
what?
He's an orphan?
The next subject.
The next one.
Goodness. Since everybody's talking about it, was
We may
it the
as well,
Victoria's
too.
Secret?
Yeah, Victoria's Secret models now. Nobody likes how they aren't representing sexy anymore. They're representing body positivity, women, and you just, everyday everything, stuff that you'll see everywhere.
What? How'd she get out? Was she
So
not?
no, some people that are in wheelchairs aren't in wheelchairs.
Models. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to ask what was wrong with her, but she has one arm? Is that?
She doesn't have a hand.
No.
She's missing a hand.
The one before that, she had one arm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she had one arm. I thought it was just she was juicy, but she juicy with one. What? She has no legs. Okay.
Oh, that's the one from the chair earlier. They had her out the chair now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, of course they're all beautiful, but I have to understand where people are coming from with that. Like, from a sense of, yeah, we've known you to always do this. You've been around since the late 1900s. So we're expecting you to keep that shit up. You've been doing it for over a decade now? Like, 2 decades now? I don't know how old Victoria's Secret is, but they've been around since I've been around, and I've been around for at least 2 decades. So y'all been around for at least 2 decades. And why y'all just gonna change it up now? If everyone's promoting if you're promoting sexy and everyone's promoting women, promote sexy women too. You can promote it from like a Savage X Fenty point of view, because Savage X Fenty has really pretty women that are still inclusive, but not as super inclusive, especially if you've been stuck with a supermodel based platform.
Look, this is how I look at it. The meme is you go woke, you go broke. And it's almost a fact. Like most companies that decide to go woke, quote unquote, their sales always tank. I feel that the woke is the woke is a minority, which is why the sales tank, because they're trying to appeal to a minority
when they have the majority appeal already.
In the same breath, I think of it like, doesn't sell a $30,000 car. They don't. They have no need to. They have no reason to, and they must keep that prestige, right?
Right.
Victoria's Secret has been one of the top line lingerie. Like when you think, oh, it's honeymoon night,
you think Victoria's Secrets.
When you think expensive lingerie, you think Victoria's Secret. Some special shit. Oh, you got some good draws on tonight. Victoria's Secret.
Exactly.
Nothing against any of the people that we just saw or anyone who is handicapped. Not saying handicapped people aren't sexy or can be sexy or shouldn't wear lingerie. Not saying that at all.
Right.
What I'm saying is, what I expect you to show me from a Victoria's Secret standpoint is the sexy shit that I don't see on a regular basis. Like, I don't see models in my everyday life. But she's sexy as hell. I like the color of that bra. Would I like to see my wife in that bra now that I just saw that bra on some? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all make that in my wife's house? Okay, cool. Let me get it. If I see, the models who were wearing Victoria's Secret and the special people with disabilities, I don't think I want to buy those underwear, that lingerie for my wife. I think that this is some body positivity ad, or what's going on with this person, what amazing thing that they do. I don't think that this is a Victoria's Secret. You're trying to sell me Victoria's Secret. I think this is some body positivity, or this person did something amazing, or you're encouraging them to show themselves even though they have a disability. That's what I think. It doesn't make me go, you know what? I want to see that on my wife.
Yeah, that shit kind of fire. Let me get that for Shouty over here.
Like, seeing somebody,
it's like, oh my gosh, you're so amazing and so confident, and I love that about you, and I wish I had your confidence, and I wish that I could be like you, like have like your same mentality and shit.
Yeah, that's what it makes you think of. It doesn't sell underwear to you.
It makes you like, albeit they did get their point across with the we're promoting women. I loved, not for a second, well, I say I hate the fact that Victoria's Secret's promoted women. I love the fact that they promoted women, and I love the fact even more that they promoted different types of women that some people will see on a daily basis, some people will see on a, once a month basis, some people will hardly even see, just like you hardly see supermodels. So I love that, period. Like, I love that in general. The fact that they showed different bodies, for me as a person that loves anybody, no matter how they look, act, or all that shit, I appreciate that, and I look at it from a point of view of, I love that they gave these people opportunities. They gave more people opportunities than they would have in a normal setting.
I don't.
So I look at it like that, and then once I get past my first thought, I go to the secondary thought now is, oh, but that bra's kind of cute.
But no,
I wonder what that would look like.
There is no secondary thought, because it makes you think exactly what the fuck you said, which is why their sales tank. Victoria's Secret didn't sell me underwear with that. They sold me body positivity. They did. They sold me.
You said that so much better.
They sold me body positivity with that shit.
Exactly.
I didn't go, oh, I like to see them draws on, XYZ. No. Like, they would have been better off getting a group of plus size women and having them march down the runway block. Even then, people like, you know what? I ain't never seen Victoria's Secret on the big ass, but now I might buy some of them. Right? I might buy some of them.
Will that do that shit to my wife too?
Like,
hey, yo, this gonna look as good as a do on Shawty?
Yeah,
they
didn't sell underwear. They sold us body positivity, and I feel that is the problem. That's why they're saying
the sales
get back to what you used to do,
because you aren't selling what you used to.
That's what sold underwear.
Yeah, and I think besides the fact that it had like they showed people with disabilities and stuff, because like I said, that was lovely to see. Like, as far as promoting women goes, I loved that. But I think one of the biggest things that most people had a problem with was that they said they had a few, or maybe just one, trans model in there, and they felt like to anybody that's not like super, and not that anybody's not super inclusive, but anybody that's not all for like, oh yeah, if this person says that they're a girl, then they're a girl. If this person says that they're a guy, they're a guy. I don't care what they're born as. That's what they are. That's point blank, period. I respect that. And for all the people that respect that, but also like, I don't really give a fuck. I see it like, not rude, not to be rude, but I see you. Even if you're dressed up like a girl, you still kind of look like a guy, or you were born as a guy. It's the thing that people are getting upset about is the fact that it's technically a guy coming into a place that, once again, is supposed to promote women. So you're saying you're promoting women.
This is another thing that's aggravating as fuck. And this is coming from a guy. I feel that people who identify differently than normies and that's the safest way I can say it.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is still offended, you can kick rocks. So if people who identify differently than normies, I feel they need their own lane. And I feel they need their own lane from a standpoint of sports, modeling, things of that nature. Not from the standpoint of separation, but from a standpoint of it's even. Because you essentially have exactly what you said, a man coming into a majority dominant female industry. And let me say that with a grain of salt, because a lot of people will argue that a lot of the designers and people who are really over that industry are male.
Mm-hmm.
But who we see on the runway is majority female who are selling these products or being the canvas for this shit.
Right. Especially promoting to like a majority straight / normie crowd.
Right, their audience is hetero.
If most of their crowd are like half of their crowd, you have to think about it, are heterosexual cisgender males looking at these sexy ass Victoria's Secret models. You know,
I
most
can't fuck
men,
her, but I can fuck somebody wearing that shit.
Exactly. Most men looking at this shit like, damn, I want to see my girlfriend in this. You know, when they see the transgender model come on to promote that lingerie, it's like, damn, why y'all put that in there? Now half of y'all's sales are going down because half of the people that are watching it aren't watching it anymore, because it's like, damn, y'all trying to trick me. And
it's like getting tricked by a twerk video. Is that a...
Exactly. You see someone shaking mad ass and they turn around and it's a whole ass nigga.
Or the camera that's a sack.
Now you feel all cheated and everything. Now half of your sales feels cheated over this shit. And it's like, I have to understand that, but at the same time, get the fuck over it. It's just a person. But at the same time, if you're promoting,
it's just not what you expect.
Exactly. If you're looking at this person, especially like how dating goes nowadays, so they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm a girl, and like, okay, cool. And when it gets down to the nitty gritty of it, they get there and, you know, the girl has a dick. They're like, man, why did you tell me this? You had this shit. Why did you tell me all that shit? It's like, it's just like that. But
when I was talking about the fucking car, you see Ferrari does a commercial, which they really don't. They just don't. Yeah. But Ferrari does a commercial and they have their flagship and it's zooming across the track and it goes, whoa, whoa. He's like, oh my God, that car's fucking amazing. I wish I could have one, but I never afford it. And then right when the car goes past, they go, introducing the new Ferrari La Familia. And it's a fucking van. It's not what the fuck I want. That doesn't make me go, ooh, I want the van now. No, you want that badass fucking sports car. It's like, I never afford it, but you know, I can get the wax that go on it. But I mean, it's kind of like,
can I get the poster that's in your window for that?
You're expecting them to prance around their top models in their best lingerie, right, and then they give you the Ferrari Familia.
Nah, I'll be better just looking at, like, don't give me a minivan of a car.
Nothing against the people who did it. Just it's not what people expected or not what people wanted. They just didn't sell lingerie. That's what I feel in a nutshell has gotten a lot of people upset. It's nothing against the motherfuckers who did it or they did that. It's why. Why? That's how everybody feels. It's like, why?
Once every few years, I enjoy seeing the sexy Victoria Angels walk down the walkway.
And it's another thing that
I like looking at 7-foot women that look like a twig. It's just so sexy.
If they did like a trans or, you know, those who identify differently,
I feel like if they would promote it better.
And then Victoria's Secret put their lingerie in it. Like, it's not hosted by Victoria's Secret, but have
Victoria's
lingerie from everywhere.
It's featured there.
But
I like that.
This runway or this show is primarily people who identify as this.
Right.
And then other lingerie companies can sponsor or give lingerie in it. Then, if you go to that show, that's what you're looking for. That's what you want. Right. Instead of going to Victoria's Secret and seeing this and going, dog, this ain't what I thought, dog. You know, I've been wanting to do this since I was fucking 16. I wanted to come to a Victoria's Secret show.
Right.
And this is the show I get. I done paid all this money for these goddamn tickets.
It's like, hey, son, you're probably of age now. Let me take you to a real Victoria's Secret show.
Dad? Take you to a whorehouse.
It's like taking your son to the strip club.
Yo, you think it's gonna be this wonderful experience in this Earl's barn down the street? He run a whorehouse out the back. It's not what I expected. I thought they were sliding down posts. No, we greased that one over there. They slide.
Grease them up like a hog. They spin around on the floor real nice.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me space this out. I'm not comparing a Victoria's Secret model show to a backyard barn whorehouse. I'm just saying your expectations were this, and the reality was this. Is what
it's like. No, I tell you what it's like. And not comparing it, like you said. But it's like when you a kid. Like I grew up in like Bankhead for a little bit. And I know one of my favorite things to do was when I was outside, wait for the ice cream man to come around, and you get one of them little SpongeBob or Dora the Explorer or whatever ice cream pops. The package and on the thing, SpongeBob look cool as fuck. Yeah, I want the SpongeBob one because I'm SpongeBob at heart. And you get that shit and it's missing a hole.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
it's all fucked up. You just.
Yeah. It's just like, oh. It's okay. It's still food, though. It's still food that I eat.
Anyway, that's gonna be this episode for everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. More to come, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.